While wishing all of you to commemorate International Day of Forest and World Forestry Day, well, I am Dr.Sas.Biswas, teacher of forestry in Dolphin PG Institute, Dehradun, India. What to talk on this occasion, I find the most of the land wherever we used to see the forest is converted into the urbanization, or you can say we do not find any patch of original forest. Well, you can see the one or tree which is Lucina glabrata with brown color of pods, and the fragmented land, I'll say it has been converted into the, you can say, the urban land. Now they grow all those species that used to occur in wild. You can see a neem, margosa, and even on the margosa, loofah is raised. There is small patches wherever left, the backyard garden, or you can say it's a horticulture come agriculture, and that's how we do see. But in the city of metro cities of India, Bangalore, I'm taking on a street walk, but there are some trees which are left to feed the animals such as the squirrels. You can see the ficus racemosa, what we call in Hindi as gula, and this meets to the need of those whose, particularly those animals whose home has been destroyed and converted into the concrete buildings, and where we do see tree of acacia, Australian Acacia auriculaformis. They are occupying the great many areas. I've seen some of the areas where the land covered once by forest. This part of Whitefield in Bangalore, in South India. There you can see here that land has been converted into coconut growing, and the person that sells coconut along the road. As I take you for a walk on this day of International Forestry Day, you can say here you'll see these are all covered. Once it used to be the area of the forest. So you can see here, this is polyalthea, and the daru started flowering. But the strange thing is this, that in this part, a lot of waste goes. You see the leaf which had been mulched into the fertilizer is just burned. The trees have the impact of the rising temperature. I'd like to tell you that in the information that I gather, word over 3% of the land is covered by cities. 60 to 80% of energy is consumed by these cities, and about 70% of carbon emission of the world from the cities that used to once with the forest now being converted into those. Even you can see here the state tree of Karnataka, Central album, and you just see these are now growing as invasive, and nobody to take care of this. the flowers, fruits in large numbers, and they are thrown down. The trees, which should find a place along the beach, the Kasurana, the Kusutifura, it finds in the central part of the metro police like Bengaluru, and the whole fragments are there. Still, some species are there which try to come up here. Look at this butter palm have been grown, which are more than 10 years old. The green leaf, and although in decorating the green, I'll say green decoration, the trees from different parts of the world have been introduced in the city, and that's how we can see some change in bioaesthetic planting with the bottle palm, and on the roadside with green leaf you can see the pongamia, and these are what to say, the mercilessly pollarded. So whatever left, they are not in good health. You'll see here, look at this, I'll call it, for the present decade, the champions among the champions, Singapore cherry tree, which is lesser known, but it has got not many properties. It flowers throughout the year and provides the fruit to the birds and other animals. So it has fallen, let me see, but the health is very, very precarious. So how long this will survive, you can't say, but in many parts these are used for botanically known as, you can see the berry of this. Then many other patches have been converted into residential plots, but the grasses which existed once, there is still there. I take you to this, maybe for the reason of the temperature, more of carbon dioxide emission in the city, some of the trees have already shown mortality. Look at this. Now this will be converted into concrete buildings, whereas I shall appreciate some of the species which have got disjunct distribution found in Northeast India and then South India, what is known as Yangchok in Manipur, and this is Pakya tamariana, and this grows is planted as a for the bioaesthetic planting. And look at this, and in just foreground you can see cherry tree. Beside this, pongamia, Singapore cherry, that is Muntingia calabura of South American origin, also found in Central America, about which I told to you. And then I take you to the plot in Whitefield, where I do live close by, and this used to be was a chunk of a small forest converted into the the concrete building. And many of the areas where there used to be in the kind of the South Indian scrub forest, also with acacia nilotica, it still do exist, but these all plots are being converted into residences. And look at this tree where fruits are there and a very good quantity of seeds fall and they remain unused. If you keep it through this, you see it has become a dumping ground for those. So before it is converted into those residential buildings. So this is how the seeds, if we collect the seeds from these pots of Acacia and Nilotica and put it just in the barren areas, that will convert into forest, but there is no certainty that forest will exist because the forest, these forest areas are being converted. Look at this. This is what you do. See here, and I'll take you just opposite to it. This separates the road, and on this side, you can see here the buildings. So it makes, you can say, on right hand is my forest and left hand my city. So how to keep a balance between these two, there's a question we'll see in this present decade of International Year of Forestry, and that's how we can go beyond it. Just see here, it's good that I can see a jungle crow, but mostly they are shifted to the rural areas where they get sumptuous food. Then the invasives entering into the forest. So you can restore a degraded land, but you cannot remove these invasive Nentra societies where it is vulnerable to the fire too. And this is how these are also cut for the firewood, because the people, the laborers who come from the villages, they're all here to use the wood of this, and they're cutting like this, you can see. So this is no man property, particularly the plants, and you find it. Let me take you to, still on the fast walk, and I find while the tree along the pedestal survives, the others are asking for the help, and you can see here the teak trees are there. They're planted in a large area, whereas you have the Calotropis, Diprocera, and the other two species also there. Neem are occurring here. So this is a plot. So you can just see here. These are being, cut now to use the money for converting this land into these buildings. So how to come to the forest landscape restoration? That's a very, very big question. On this day of International Day of Forest, you can see there is a Phoenix sylvestris that has grown very huge and must be the original of this area. And you can see here Mitragana, and it is applauded for the electric wire. It can survive, and you just have a look on this. This is how the street of. So what I would say that Should we go for the converting or restoring the degraded land? And when we go for restoring such land, these are then taken over by the house builders and all, and this becomes converted into the concrete floor and all. So you can see uh, uh, there will be big horrors, garden, all garden, but no forest, no garden with real trees and all, except for those who are concerned with the biostatic planting, attracting large number of house owners and residents. So this is what I would say on this day of World Forest Day. Thank you very much.